Hello, everybody. This is your boy Dumbsville here. I am joined today by a couple of guests. First of all, I'm going to be going from. I'm saving the best for last. So I'm going to start off with my co-host, Zombified Spartan, someone who is the CEO of Bruh. This is Zombified Spartan.
Hello, I am the CEO of Bra. It's been a minute since we've done this. It's been a minute.
It has been. It has been. And I'm joined today by a very special guest, someone who we've been planning on having a guest or having like some sort of like collaboration for a while. We have here Amy Chan with us today.
Hello.
Hello. So
You hear
so
me okay?
yeah, audio's all good. I tested the audio earlier, so the audio is all good. Um, so today, as you all know, there has been a lot of controversy, a lot of drama, and a lot of just like an influx of tons of misinformation and frankly bullshit involving around a certain YouTube individual who you may or may not know about, uh, named Sonic 93. And because of that, there are a lot of questions that a lot of people have, a lot of questions that I have, a lot of questions that you, the audience, might have. And some of it involves around Amy Chan. And I am here today, joined by her. Thank you for coming onto the show, by the way.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for inviting me, man.
Yeah, and I will be asking her a few questions, just getting a very casual Q&A. Just getting her perspective on a few things, just seeing, is there are there any misconceptions that were made, and just seeing what kind of story we can get from this, seeing if how much of the drama is truth and lies, how much what is Amy's side of the story mainly. And I want to go over a few things before we do, Amy, just so you're more comfortable. First of all, if you feel uncomfortable by any question, if you feel like you don't want to go into too much detail, if you want to skip over a question, or if you want to answer a question but don't want to go too much in detail, do not be afraid to let us know. Do not be afraid to say, can we move on to the next question? We are a very relaxed stream. We aren't going to force you to say anything. So hopefully it makes you more comfortable.
Oh, it's fine by me.
Sweet. And I mentioned this to you earlier because we have talked quite a bit in the DMs, but s-
Right.
some of the questions I will ask are questions we've already discussed before, but I do want to make them more public so that people in the audience know what we're talking about essentially. And not all the questions are mine, by the way. I've had a couple people help me with some of these, but I have your collection of 18 questions, and if we have time, we'll go over one or two questions from the audience, which I can see. I can see the chat. I know people have been asking, can we see the chat? Yes, we can see the chat. Um, but hopefully, we have a very relaxing, good, fun time. Hopefully, we learn a few things from this. And so, are we ready for the first question?
Sure, go ahead.
Perfect. The first question. This is one that's kind of casual. How are you doing currently, like mentally?
Definitely a lot better than when this all first started. I will say that.
I agree. I agree. It's like it's been a rough few months.
It really has.
hmm but that's the first one because we want to know how you're doing because we love you and care about you. We need to know how the queen is doing.
Oh,
Second,
thank
Protect,
you.
protect, must protect at all costs.
protect the queen. Protect and ATAC. Second question: how do you feel about your old rant series? Are there things you would change or wouldn't change?
100% yes. I I really like just I regret both of those rants, both the Akai and Yoshi rants, like the person who I was in those videos, it's not who I am today. Like I did not expect them to blow up as much as they did back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't expect that they were going to get so popular. So,
Right.
but
Mhm.
looking, I haven't touched them for years because of how bad they are, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And just knowing the damage they did to both Brandon and Jane is that's what really affects me the most. Like I should have I just didn't expect so much damage to be caused from it. Like if I could go back in time and just change everything that I said and did, I definitely would.
Mm-hmm. And to, I guess, bounce off of that as well, I actually recently kind of skimmed through a couple of re-uploads of those old videos,
Hmm.
and obviously, you are one of the people in charge of them. You're kind of the one of the heads of them. So my word is probably not as profound as your word. Um, while I do agree with you that they haven't aged the best and that there is a very big change in person. I still personally think that there is some sort of nostalgic value in them, and I still think that there are some decent points as well. I don't know if you agree with me on that, but I do think that there are some valid points that I think kind of shaped a lot of ideals moving forward. But I do agree to an extent as well that there are points where they aren't as they are very early ranting videos, but I can also respect them for just being a couple of independent people just making whatever they wanted. I don't know if you have any response to that, but that's how I feel.
I see where you're coming from. Like I don't agree, but I can understand.
Mm. I guess it's like me as a content creator. I guess I also kind of relate as well because like I'll get DMs about say my Goth Nebula video, and I'm gonna be honest, I hate those videos, but people love those videos, and I can from that perspective agree with you on like yeah we're different people, but I still find some value in those old rant series. But maybe that's just my nostalgia speaking. I don't know.
No, I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
Hmm. Uh, Here's the third question. I'm sure you've already like talked about this already in the last question, so it's kind of redundant to say this. But how do you feel about Akai Dahlia and Yoshi One currently?
My opinion on the both of them is a huge difference compared to how I was about them in the beginning. Like really looking back on it, what the both of them did, like it wasn't really something to make a huge deal over. Like it shouldn't have been something that affected us so much to really target them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing with like uh I'm going to refer to her as Jane since that's the name she prefers now, but with Jane, like it bothers me that from what I remember, like our main problem seemed to be with her fan character when really it shouldn't have been a big deal to begin with. It's just, it's a fictional fan character that she made for fun, and we were just talking shit about it most of the time when it really wasn't even that bad, really.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know we talked about like certain things that she did, like how she treated people sometimes and not, taking criticism the best, but we still focused more on her fan character more than anything. And that really shouldn't have bothered us to begin with.
Mm-hmm. I think I like
And,
continue. You're the star of the show. Continue.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all
Uh,
good. It's all good.
And with Brandon, or Yoshi1, but I'll just call him Brandon, he did some things that could be seen as awkward, I guess. Like, it could make people feel uncomfortable, but I think he was mostly just misunderstood by all of us. Like, he future danger to women or even children for that matter. It was way too much.
Uh,
That's the reason, like, I myself have never gotten into, like, rant videos or something, because I think the important thing is the kind of thing is, obviously, like, I'll reference Dumbsville videos since I've seen more of his than most of Cyanide 3.
one minute. I'm having an audio issue. I'm sorry, guys. I'm. Oh. No. 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 I think I have an idea. Let's see. Does this work? Oh no. No. Not now.
Oh.
Not in the middle of the stream. Literally in
What
the
happened?
middle of the stream. Try just start speaking, I guess, or just like say random things. I hate how this happens in the middle of the stream. Oh, here we go. I think this is gonna work. Here. Oh wait, here we go. I got it. I got it. There we go. We're back. Oh my goodness.
Woo!
That's
Gotta
embarrassing.
love live streams, baby.
That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. That to happen in the middle of the live stream.
Oh
my
my god.
goodness. How's the
Okay. Chat, can you hear us?
Can we hear? I'm gonna see. I have the stream on. I'm so sorry about this. This should not happen. We can laugh about it at least. We can at least go back a little bit.
Oh man.
Oh,
Okay.
it works. There we go.
Did we
there
get?
we go.
Yeah. When did we get cut off?
We got
Like-
cut off when Amy Chen was talking about I believe about
Brandon?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you can just probably go ahead and go with it again if you want.
Right. I apologize for that. That should not happen, but it happens.
What was I talking about with him? About,
Just
how messed up it was that we accused him of all these things when really I think we just misunderstood him mostly.
That's where we left off.
yeah, I was just gonna say. I think like it's like I was mentioning that like I myself have never really gotten into rant videos, just specifically because I think it's important to follow like a tone and do extensive research. And I know I myself that if I tried doing that, I probably would miss something and I'd say something dumb and just completely fuck everything up. But I like that's the thing I've noticed like Dumbsville specifically is that some like in some of his videos obviously you can tell it's more just a critical review, not like a hey, this person's fucking terrible and you shouldn't like them. Hey, their content's it could be better, it could be worse, but I just wanted to showcase it real quick. But and I think that's, and we'll get into it later, but I think that's why a certain individual kind of
I think that like I'm going to like so with Jane and obviously obviously I think that what's come out since those old videos, I do agree with Amy that like I do agree that there are things that are taken out of context, but like I kind of have this like I kind of am more lenient towards the older content, even though they like Amy said, haven't aged too well. I do, once again, I think it was a more Puritan time on the internet, so like seeing porn on the internet was still a pretty taboo subject, and seeing a Sonic character with tits like Jane made her fan character, that was still kind of shocking. I think back then, still kind of a taboo thing. And I've talked to Jane in Discord voice calls, and she's a perfectly fine person, someone who I think is a very kind person. And she did have, I agree with Amy, she did have trouble taking criticism. I think that was a big factor as to why those videos actually succeeded. I think that though with like Yoshi we won with Brandon, um, I still feel like there were points where he was pretty weird. Like he wasn't true love heart levels of bad, where he's going out
Right.
harassing people. But I do think though that there were points where it became very questionable. Like the one thing that really stuck out to me back then was him comparing Son Amy to Christianity.
Yeah, like he did do some questionable things. Like he wasn't 100% innocent, but we still like blew it out of proportion.
Mm-hmm. It is good though. I think that like because I feel like a lot of what's happening with how there's a lot of perception. I feel like a lot of it. I don't want you to go away from all of this like taking too much blame for everything because I feel like because I feel like people learn from their mistakes and I don't want this to be like a point of regret, more like a point of strengthening. It's kind of how I kind of view a lot of my own personal uh, uh, fallings as a YouTuber and as a person as well. Just looking back on it and going, hey, I kind of learned from it. I don't know if you agree with me on that, but looking back and going, hey, it was fun. I learned from it. I screwed up, but so what? I'm a better person now. It's kind of how I kind of process that. I don't know if that's how you process, but it's kind of advice I can give to you, Amy, moving forward.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I've been trying to like for a while now, but like for me it's tough. Like the damage, as I said, the damage it caused to both Jane and Brandon, like the fact that I caused that with someone, like it really just it really affected me. Like I mean, when I found out that Brandon actually went to counseling because of those videos, like
Oh.
I had a breakdown when I found that out. I did not know it went to that point. And knowing that I caused that,
That
it's tough to just get over that.
I think that's like that would like I'm trying to think like I'm trying to like put that in my shoes, and that would be very scary to me as well. Like um, imagining just like with all the people that like I've criticized before, it's really just like a scary thought just to uh, put someone in that environment. But personally, I personally think that like, and not to say someone's right, someone's wrong, someone's justified, someone's not justified, but just I just personally think that, in my opinion, I think that if someone posts something publicly on the internet, I think, and then if they're being very passionate about it, I feel like if they get hate from it, I don't feel like it's entirely irrational to expect backlash. And not saying that one person's right or wrong, not saying that one person's better or worse, but that's kind of just like what I think in my opinion. Just like, because even me, like just putting myself out there, I feel like even just being a YouTuber, I feel like you should go to counseling anyways. But yeah, that is a very scary thing to witness, and I really hope that's not been affecting you too much because that is. I know you discussed having a breakdown just now, but I feel like personally, while it is very scary, I have it's kind of weird to pinpoint where exactly that came from.
Right. Like if I had known back then that those videos were actually like would damage him so much to the point of putting him in counseling and pushing him away from the Sonic series in general because he can't even deal look at it anymore. Like it completely turned him off of it because of how much it affected him. If I had known it was going to do that, then I would have backed out of that. I did not know it would go that far.
I feel like though when you make videos on someone, you really don't know how far it'll go until the aftermath, and I've certainly learned it the hard way. You know, I think everyone who's a YouTuber has really learned that the hard way. You know, it's kind of like you make a video on someone and then you kind of realize, hey, I kind of damaged this person. That's kind of a scary thing, you know,
Right.
and it's just like it's something that I think that I don't think it's just like I don't think it's just a case where where it's a automatically black or white thing. I think it's just kind of the way it is, and with how different people react and digest it. I feel like on Brandon's part, I feel like he wasn't prepared for it, and if I can kind of like process how the whole situation went down, I feel like also Brandon, because he very clearly has some form of like autism. Uh, he's a high functioning but somewhat severe autism. I feel like just because of that, that kind of that brings a lot of stress to someone, and I feel like it's a mix of like he's made mistakes, you know, like comparing Son Amy to Christianity, and saying a bunch of very questionable things about Amy during a time when saying like questionable sexual things was kind of taboo on the internet. I feel like back then that was a way more taboo thing, just to look at porn and to draw porn. That was much more of a taboo thing than it is now. Because back then, it was like you draw porn, yikes, dog. Nowadays, we got Shadman. You know, we got Shadman.
Oh my god.
It's really not that big of a deal anymore. But I feel like it's just kind of like I feel like I don't know. It's kind of weird for me to truly say that it was all Amy Chan's fault for making a mistake back in the day. When in reality, I feel like it's more like the shifting of times. Really, it's just kind of what I think. And not saying that once again, not saying that's a black and white thing. It's definitely that's what I'm trying to say. It's a gray issue, and especially with that, it's kind of a changing of the times thing. You know.
Uh, I was just gonna say that, like, with the internet and just everything in general, time just changes everything. Like the internet, everything in general is just constantly evolving to different standards, different beliefs, things like that. You know.
Mm-hmm. I,
Right.
I have no idea if you agree with that or not, but hopefully that's a bit of a perspective helper for you. You know, a bit of dialogue there. I think that's interesting, just thinking about how the internet's changed and how your opinions change with it, as well as just how standards of what's good or bad on the internet change with them too. You know.
Right. I see where you're coming from. It has helped knowing that the both of them have actually forgiven me. Like I haven't talked to Brandon personally, but uh he did say that he did forgive me for this, and it took a huge weight off my shoulders. And same with Jane. I've actually talked to her a few times now on Discord, and she's really nice. I think she's a total sweetheart. Like I don't know why like she's still getting targeted to this day.
Mm-hmm. It's
But
I agree
yeah,
with
the
that. Yeah. Continue.
oh, I'm sorry, did
No,
I
no, no.
interrupt you?
It's all good. We are lax. We are relaxed. We can do whatever the fuck we want. We can like we could just dismiss the questions and sing "Kumbaya" the whole time for 3 hours if you wanted to. Like we're so lax.
Fucking bro, we can eat ice cream for breakfast, man. It's wild.
It's not even breakfast. It's 11:08, my man.
It can be if you believe, Dumbsville.
I
I wish I had ice cream.
I'm a breakfast atheist. Just to let you know, I don't believe in
Oh
breakfast.
no! This changes our entire relationship. How could you?
I'm sorry, Gary. Play Juice World, Lucid Dreams.
Oh, dude. I'm just be blasting that real quick.
Anyways, moving on to question number 4. How long have you known Ruth? How long has it been since you've known them? What kind of estimate of years can you say you have known her for?
Oh, it's so long, man. Pretty much half my life. I met her and became friends with her on DeviantArt like many, many years ago. I met her when I was 13. And for those who don't know, I am 24 today.
So that's 11 years, give or take.
Pretty much, yeah. I've known her since
Wow.
then. I've known her pretty much half my life at this point.
Mm,
That's incredible.
it really
Hmm.
is.
Jesus.
Um, to continue on to that, how did you two first? I know you mentioned DeviantArt, but can you give us more details on how you two first met, if you are comfortable with sharing?
No, that's fine. It wasn't really anything like too special. I had my I had my very first DeviantArt account, and I was just searching around for Sonic art, and I happened to come across hers, and I checked it out, and I saw how she interacted with people, and I was like, "Hey, this person seems really nice. I'm going to give them a compliment on their artwork." So, I said hi. I said, I think your art's really nice. And she responded back, and we just went on from there. Like, we kept on talking afterwards. And then it just kept on going.
Mm-hmm. And I guess from there, just like it kept going and going. I guess that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Hmm.
To go to like a less wholesome question or a less nostalgic question, or kind of I guess like an abrupt question. What are your current thoughts on Ruth?
Well, it's very mixed. As I said in the video that I was with, or the video, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering.
No, no, it's all good.
The
It's all
All
video,
good,
good.
dude.
I
You are
stutter all the
okay, my
time.
friend.
It's all good. This is Stutterland right here. This is Stuttersville.
Oh my
so
god.
the Ghosties video, basically the one where I made an appearance. As I said in that video, I don't hate her, and I don't wish any harm on her, and I still don't, even after all this development happened. I still don't hate her. I still wish her the best. I really hope that she improves herself and really just tries to change, but at the same time, like, I don't think she's going to at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's not really shown any effort that she's listening to anyone.
Right, right. I've noticed a lot of that too as well. Just being former friends with her and seeing what's been happening currently. By the way, the Ghost.exe appearance, I watched that, and that was before we first voice called each other. Um,
Right.
Literally, it was like one of the most surreal experiences because your voice at that point I haven't heard in like years. You know,
Yeah.
it was like the best way I can describe it. Like, you ever played the video game Detroit Become Human?
I know what it is, but I have not played it.
You know the meme where it's like the android paints the painting and the old man goes, "Oh my god," like that. I don't know if you know that meme or not, where he's just like staring, and he
It
goes,
sounds familiar, yeah.
"Oh my!" It's like how I felt. I was just like, "Oh my god," Forgive me for using the Lord's name in vain. Forgive me, Jesus. But I was just like, holy shit. I haven't heard your voice in years, and it's crazy. It was just kind of crazy, and it made me like, I literally like put my hand over my mouth like watching it. Like
Oh,
it was kind of insane. Look, if anything could put my hand over my mouth, usually it's a good thing. Usually, it's a good thing. So no pressure. It's usually like, I think that like, yeah, and I agree with you. No, um, like I said in my video, I think that the best thing to do is to wish her the best and just look at her as a lost cause at this point. Seeing the way she's been treating other people and just cutting them off is just kind of crazy. That's it's very much, and I don't want to go into too much detail on that until a little bit later, but it's kind of like it's strange, it's there's so much ego there, and it's just it's sad to watch. But we can also find optimism in moving on to better people.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll go into more detail with it later too. I think the main thing with Sonic 93 is there's a lack of self-awareness and a large amount of density, and it's just that's the main thing I've noticed throughout as just watching this whole thing unfold.
I feel like that is very much a massive case.
Yeah.
And on that note, that's actually a good transition point to our next question. How did you and Ruth break ties? And what kind of details do you think were left out in this whole ordeal?
So, I might miss some details here and there because this was super long ago, so, but, before that first video that went up, the one that she took down eventually, the very first one about Melody and Valak, I think his name was.
I know about I do know about that one. It was on Melody, and was it Valak? What was that his name? The guy who made the video on Silver.
I think his name is Valak, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure.
Sonic Tuber guy, that guy.
Yeah, so from what I can remember, we were talking and she brought up Melody, I believe. I don't even think she brought up Valak at that point. Like, I think it first started with Melody. Like, if she did, then she didn't talk about him too much, but her main focus was Melody, and she was like, hey, I found this Silver fangirl on DeviantArt, and she said some really stupid things about Silver, and I'm like, okay. And she sent me the link to her comment, where she was saying the things that she didn't like about him, even though she was a fan. And I was looking over it, and at the time, I did think it was kind of, some of her points were kind of weird, like kind of, out there. But I still didn't see it as a big deal. So, me and her were just kind of joking about it and stuff like that. It was harmless. But she eventually brought up the idea of making a video about it or something. But I thought it was going to be like she was just, having a friendly debate. Like she was just, disagreeing with it. And she was, just a discussion pretty much. I mean, she didn't say anything about, oh, I'm going to make this video screaming at somebody because their opinions are different. I didn't know it was going to go to that point. At the time, I thought it was just going to be like, just a friendly debate, and she was just going to politely disagree with it and move on, and it'd be all good. And then I eventually see this video, and I was horrified. I did not expect her to go that way. So, I watched it and I was very concerned. Like, I was thinking, oh God, somebody is going to stumble upon this video and they're going to think that she's an obsessed Silver fangirl. They're going to think she's crazy. They're going to think that she can't handle different opinions. All this negative stuff. Like, and I really cared about her at the time. And I was like, I don't want people to think that about her because I know she's not like that. Well, at the time I thought so anyways. But, and, held off on telling her at first because I was kind of nervous to really say like, "Hey, I
Right.
don't think this was a good idea." I didn't know it was going to be like that because I still cared about her at the time, and I didn't want to make myself say like, "Hey, you can't do that. Don't do that." When it was her channel, and I didn't want to butt in and be a jerk, pretty much. But I was conflicted about it because I was like, well, if I don't say something, then people are gonna attack her for this, or people are going to get the wrong idea about her, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But and then I held off on it a bit, and um, I ended up being busy at the time, like too busy to really talk to her or do anything, pretty much. And um, around this time, that's when the very first video that Alduin did on her, and
The big one.
yeah, and I watched that, and I was like, oh god, people really do think this. I need to do something now. I need to talk to her. And even when I was still like unsure, I even showed Gmod uh Root's video. And for those who don't know, Gmod is my boyfriend. Just getting that out of the way.
Your hubby.
I told
Your
yes.
hubby.
It's the husbando.
Husbando, yes.
Husbando moment. Hell yeah, bro.
But I was talking to him about it, and I said like, Ruth did this new video, and I'm kind of concerned about it because the way she behaves in that video, it's not good. And I showed it to him, and he had the same reaction as I did, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Like
So,
he thought it was super awkward, and he didn't agree with the way she was acting. Like, she made a big deal over nothing, pretty much.
mm,
So I was discussing it with him, and I was like, well, should I say something? Like, should I try to convince her that, this wasn't good? Like, should I convince her to possibly take this down, or clear something up, or something, because this is going to get a lot of backlash, because new people are going to come in and see this video, and they're not going to know. They're going to get the wrong idea about her. And he convinced me to go for it. So this was around the time when I was still using Skype. So
that's like ancient. Wow.
it's ancient, yes. So that was before I even had a Discord. I was still talking to her through Skype.
Mm-hmm. If I can like say,
So
or
mm,
if I can say one thing, going back, I want to say like a couple things. First of all, going back to the whole just like the first of all, the whole like you didn't know how bad the video would be. I kind of noticed that because like with Ruth, like when you look at her old videos, like even like the Kai Dahlia or Jane, as I'm saying Kai Dahlia for simplicity's sake, but even with
right.
the old like Jane videos and the Yoshiwi 1 videos, it still feels like a massive personality change going from like the first video on Jane to like the video on Melody. Like in those old videos, yeah, she got mad, but only when like tensions were raising. It's kind of like I thought it was like a character thing, like an Angry Joe thing.
Yeah, like I mean, she got a temper in those old videos, if I remember right, but she wasn't like screaming at the top of her lungs,
Mm-hmm.
from
Yeah.
what I remember, anyways.
It was more.
She had more of a calm-ish type of personality with some loudness, I guess.
I agree. I'm wondering, did something happen to her where a personality change happened? That's a massive question that I have. I guess we'll
Yeah,
go into.
I don't know. Like I don't know what caused that. Is it because, as she said, like she said she didn't like that Melody called herself a huge fan of Silver and a fangirl of Silver, and is like, is that why she got so mad? Like I don't know.
But it just seems so out of character. Like it seems
Yeah,
it's like extremely like this is a different person. I feel like
Yeah, it's just,
I I feel like I feel like just I didn't like what this person said about Silver. That's not big enough to warrant a whole personality change. You know.
yeah. Like I don't know what the case was really. Like
yeah.
it just happened. I don't know what happened.
hmm I feel like I don't want to go into like Ruth's personal life because her personal business is her personal business, and ours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be like rude to just go into what was her home like life, what terrible events happened to her list by list, but like I feel like something had to happen in her personal life to warrant this big of a personality change, you know.
Right, like I don't know what the case is. I mean, I don't want to. That's one thing I don't want to talk about with, her personal life. I don't want to discuss that publicly
Right.
That's fair.
because, that's her business. I don't want to share that out in the open with a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm. It's
But whatever the case is, I don't know what caused her to get like that because she didn't tell me she was going to do that.
It's definitely odd. Once again, I feel like something. I feel like something had to happen to warrant that. And like, secondly, I'm someone who has been through a couple toxic friendships of my own. Ruth can be included into that, but either way, whether I met her or not, I've been through toxic friendships before, and I kind of agree on the part where like you don't truly know someone, because I remember not to go too personal into my own personal life, but this is like my experience and what I've learned. Um, I knew a guy back in my old college I used to go to who I met on the first at like a student meetup thing. He seemed like a really nice guy, and then all of a sudden, he would get like anger issues and like he would scream at me and shit, over the dumbest of things, you know, like borderline verbal abuse type shit. So, and he would even stalk me after I broke the friendship as well. So this guy was really toxic, and it goes to show, that like it's really hard to know someone. It's really because there are people that can show like a really good face on the outside, and then all of a sudden you meet them and you know them, and all of a sudden they're not the person you thought they were. You know.
Right. Like, because I can promise you, when I knew her for the first few years, she was nothing like this. Like, a huge difference between how she was in the past and how she is now.
Mhm. It's just so weird. I once again, I hate to speculate on a person's personal life, personally, but I feel like something had to have happened in her personal life. What that is, that's for her to deal with. But like, I feel
Right.
like I feel like something had to have happened in her own personal life that pretty much changed her as a person. Either that or just power went to her head. But I feel like there's just something that we don't know. You know. It's just kind of crazy.
Right. Like, I don't know the answer myself, and I don't want to make assumptions about her personal life because, that's her
Right.
own business.
This is purely speculation. This is purely just us speculating. Just me kind of figuring out what like I don't this podcast is not about, what what happened in Song 83's personal life. No, this is more like what happened, what details do we have, and I want people to come up with their own sort of their own sort of perspectives on what happened in her life. You know, I want them to do their own research, and if they want to, obviously her business is her business, but it's just like, once again, I feel like it's not just, it couldn't have just been a silver post that changed her. Anyways, I don't know if I interrupted you or not, but I don't know if you have anything else to talk about that when it comes to breaking ties.
Oh no, you're good. I don't think I finished the full thing about. I think I left off where Gmod convinced me to go talk to her about it. I think that's where I left off.
It might have. Was that where we left off, Gary?
I think somewhere around there, yeah.
This is why I have a
And
third
I said
co-host.
I still use Skype.
Yeah, this is why I have a third co-host, because I can't remember shit.
I got you. That's what I'm here for. Nothing else.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, my boy.
No problem.
Anyways, yeah, I think you were like talking about how you still use Skype and contacted her, and now Gmod Spartan told you to contact her about the video or something.
Yeah, like I was, venting to him. I was saying like, do I do this? Do I not do this? Like what could happen if I do? But at the same time, I don't want people going after her and getting the wrong idea. Like I don't know what to do. And he just convinced me, hey, just tell her how you feel, just be honest, and we'll see what happens from there. Um so I was able to get a hold of her on Skype, and we were talking, and I was like, hey, can I possibly, would it be all right if I possibly gave you some critique on this newest video of yours? And she was open to it. She was like, sure, go ahead. And I was about to type it, and she was like, it was late at the time for her because our time zones are very different. Like when it's nighttime for me, it's morning for her and vice versa. Like it's a huge time difference. But at the time she had to go to, I think she had to go to bed or something, but she had to go do something. So she was like, hey, I gotta go. Just go ahead and write your thoughts down, and when I come back online, I'll go ahead and read it and I'll tell you what I think. And I was like, okay. So she goes, and I'm sitting there for what feels like hours. Just, I'm trying to word things the best that I can. Like, I'm being as polite as possible. And, I'm not saying anything rude at all. At least I don't think I was. I was saying, just pointing out some flaws that the video had, and I was saying like, I'm just bringing this up because I don't want people to see this and get the wrong idea about you and so on. And around that time, I didn't know this when it first started. That I did not know at first that Melody was actually a kid.
I heard about that, I believe.
Like at the time,
she's 16, isn't she? Or was she? Or
I think when the first video came out, I think she was 15.
Yikes.
I think it was either 15 or 16 when it happened. I'm pretty sure it was 15 when the very first one got uploaded. But yeah, at the time, like when I first watched that video, I did not know, and then I had just found that out around the time when I was doing this, and I was like, oh, that's even worse. I didn't know that. So yeah, I'm I mentioned that to her, and I mentioned like, you kind of blew it out of proportion, basically. Like, you didn't have to react in that way. You could have just, you could have handled it better, basically. And I did watch Alduin's video around this point in time too, and it just confirmed my fears about what was going to happen. And She did. Ruth did mention it at first, and obviously she didn't like it very much.
Right.
I mean, I mean, the very first problem she had with it was the thumbnail for it.
That was the first problem. It's not even that bad of a thumbnail.
She she saw it like when she saw the thumbnail, she thought it was she thought it was proof that Alduin was actually a troll.
How?
I don't know, like she just thought it was like the thumbnail was proof that she was a troll somehow, and also that and the thumbnail offended her, so she didn't want to see it anyway.
To me, like when I hear that, that sounds like almost shock and denial. Because up to this point, Sonic 93 has been held on a high pedestal by many people, and the fact that now she's finally, actually getting criticized for having a slip up, I think maybe it's like coming at such a shock. She's almost just like, "What? No, no, no! That can't be right. Like, no, that's fake. That's fake." But that's how it comes across to me.
That's a very good point. That is a very good point.
Right, it could be that, but I bring that up because I didn't force her, but I just kindly suggested, hey, maybe you should take a look at it just to see where Alduin is coming from, because I'm pretty sure she wasn't the only one with the thoughts that Alduin had.
That's reasonable. That's very reasonable. I feel like that's.
But I wasn't like forcing her. I was just like, hey,
Right.
just kind of look at it a bit, just see where other people are coming from, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But she kind of implied that I was trying to make her watch it or something, but I really wasn't.
That
It was just, a suggestion. Like, she didn't have to if she really didn't want to.
that makes sense because that the same things happen to me. I'll get like maybe like a video or something. I remember specifically the video made on I believe Alduin or me. People sent it to me and asked me, "Did you watch it?" And if I said no, and I said you should. That's not like them forcing people or anything. It's just them suggesting it. And I feel like I feel like Ruth is just taking it way too much to heart. That's what I think.
Right. And, I suggested that, and I was like, don't get the wrong idea. I'm still neutral in this situation. I'm on nobody's side here. I'm just trying to see it both ways because, I see where Alduin's coming from, and I don't want people to think that about. I don't want to see you get backlash. I don't want to see you get people coming after you and thinking the wrong things about you.
Mm-hmm.
But it was weird because I wrote it was a super long thing that I wrote to her. So like um when I had come back, I don't know if she didn't read the full thing at first because it was pretty long, but she sounded like she was okay with it. Like she thought it was reasonable. Like I don't know, like she was okay, and she was like because at one part I mentioned that Melody actually came out and said that this video actually made her uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned that at one point, and Ruth was saying like, "Oh, I didn't expect her to be uncomfortable with it. I didn't expect any of that. Like, I didn't mean to."
Are you
Like,
serious? Did she actually say that shit?
it was something like that. Like she was like, I didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable or something like that. But she said that, and the rest of the thing, the rest
What?
of the mm,
Did I really just disconnect again while I was speaking?
whole thing there.
Mm-hmm. It's just
But
it's just odd to me.
but yeah, I don't know if she read the full thing in one day because she seemed fine with it in the first, in the beginning, and then I come back later and it completely changed. Like was really angry, and she was saying that, oh, you're siding with some stranger over me just because of some troll video. And even though I told her many times, like, I'm on nobody's side here. I'm neutral. I'm not on Alduin's side. I'm on nobody's side. But I guess because I was mentioning some points that Alduin brought up in her video, I guess she didn't like that. And it completely escalated at that point. She was angry. She was calling me a backstabber. She was
Damn.
saying that she was saying like, "Oh, I can't believe you would do this. I thought you knew me better than that. You're a backstabber. I can never trust you again after this." And
Holy fuck, that's crazy.
like
Jeez.
I don't know what happened there. I guess she didn't like the fact that I brought up points from Alduin's video, even though, like I said, I did not force her to go and watch it.
That's crazy. Like holy shit. Like it's not just crazy that like she would get a little bit. No, she literally like calls you names and shit, and that's what really pisses me off. Like it's one thing to kind of be like, "Hey, you're using points from their video," or to be a little bit upset by it, but to like call them names like backstabber. That's like fucking shit. That's really bad.
Yeah, it got bad, man. Like she just went on and on. She was like, "Oh, you're a backstabber. You're a traitor. You're trusting some stranger on the internet over me. You should know me better than that since we're friends and everything. And oh, I can never trust you again." She told me that I screwed up big time by doing this.
Hmm.
That's, that's that to me just sounds like she wants yes men and women in her life, just telling her whatever she does is perfect and there's nothing that she needs to change. It's just like
Right.
you can't live like that. It's you're never gonna accomplish anything if that's the way you live. I just don't think she's ever been able to come to that point yet.
Hmm.
Right. And of course I was reading this. I was getting all upset because I knew this backfired and she was not happy, and just seeing her say these things that, she could never trust me ever again, and that I'm some backstabber, or I betrayed her, or that I screwed everything up. And it was tough reading that. And she actually said like, I'm gonna need a few days to really think about this because I'm thinking about ending our friendship.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
So yeah, obviously this really upset me, and I'm pleading, I'm begging her, like, don't do this. I'm sorry. I didn't want to upset you like this, but wanted she was still wanted to debate about that, about really ending our friendship over this.
That is
If you
genuinely.
if you don't let me ask at this point, like just as a reminder for everybody watching, how long have you two been friends at this point?
I want to say almost 10 years or
I
so,
think
like
And
maybe more.
we did the math. It was like 11 years, right? Because you known her since you were 13.
Right.
s- and she wanted to end that long of a friendship over a disagreement of some point she made on a video.
That's what I was getting from it.
Oh,
That's I think that says
it's
a lot
even
about who Sonic 93 is as a person.
it's even more like I think the thing that's really like fucked up is the fact that you were like begging her to stay and begging her and saying you're sorry, and Ruth just keeps screaming at you. That's the part that is like really fucked up. Like
Yeah.
that shit's just like I don't know how like it's definitely manipulation. It's like damn, like holy fuck, Like, holy fuck. I saw some people in the chat saying they don't know whether I'm being sarcastic or not. No, I'm being very, very genuine when I say this. That is fucked up. Because, like, I've been through shit that's similar, and it's not just... It hits close to home for me, and it also is just, like, in itself, really just fucked up to think about. Like, really just, like, fucked up to think about.
Right. I mean, our friendship was at this point really rock for probably, but I didn't expect her to end it over something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Just because up a video of success against her, and
Oh, great, the internet's...
We're having some lag.
We're having some lagging issues. Oh, no. I think it's better. I think it's better now. My internet's really... I'm back at home. I apologize to the audience. I'm back at home, so my internet is really, like, on and off. My internet is, like... If I were back at college, we probably wouldn't be having as many issues. It's just that I'm back at home because of the coronavirus. So the internet is kind of iffy. We're back.
We are?
Yeah, we're back. On my end, we're back. I'll edit this. I'll try and edit this down. I'll try and edit this down to like cut out all the shit. But yeah, I think that we got all what we needed down.
I think.
Yeah, we're
good. We're good to go. We're good to go.
We're good to go. Back to business. Back to business. All right.
We're back ladies and gentlemen. We're back.
We live. All right. Really cuts the mood. We are getting really depressing, and then all of a sudden my internet cuts out.
Oh yeah.
At least I have editing. At least we have editing. I'll edit this down later.
Hell yeah.
It's okay. We can salvage this. Anyways, I guess we'll just move on to the next question. So obviously we went over the last falling out you two had where you were apologizing and Ruth just kept on calling you a betrayer and shit, and it was just like...
did I finish that, by the way? I don't even remember. I don't know. I think the story, like...
I think I cut out right when that happened.
Right, because that...
yeah.
Right, because I didn't explain, like, the very last day that we talked.
I'm sorry. I was checking the... I'm sorry.
Well, Amy, John, what was that?
We're good.
We're good. We were just...
we're... I was looking at chat real quick, and checking something out. What were you saying?
Part of this story, last time that we talked, like, I think I left it off at where she was debating about ending the friendship for a few days or something.
You left it off at she was talking to you about ending the friendship, and you were begging her to stay, and she just kept leaving you.
Right. So, because I don't know if I said the last part, because the last day was the worst.
What happened on the last day?
So, I think what was going on, I think I was waiting for her to get online, actually. And in the meantime, I was talking on WhatsApp on my phone with Gmod. That's where we mainly talk. And I was telling him everything that happened, and I told him how she reacted to it, and she was debating on whether ending everything, and he was listening to it and everything, and then all of a sudden she shows up online while I'm talking to him, and I don't remember what she said. I think she said call me or something. Like, I don't remember how it started, but we were starting a voice call, and Gmod muted himself so she wouldn't hear him, but he was able to hear everything, so he witnessed this, basically. As soon as I hit the button to answer the call, as soon as soon as I could hear her, the first thing I hear is screaming.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
As soon as
fuck.
I answer that call, she's screaming.
Oh no.
Oh jeez.
And she's screaming, and she's back to calling me a backstabber, and going on how she can't trust me or whatever. Like it's bad. Like the way she was, like, how she screams in her videos. Like
Oh,
imagine that, but worse
jeez.
and more angry.
Oh my god. That's.
That-
So she's already like that's.
If,
I'm really sorry you had to go through that. Like that.
yeah, that's
That's
just
terrible.
like that to me. That's like actually like more closer. Like I don't know how much of a stretch this is. I don't know how offensive this is, but like I feel like that'd be like abuse almost. You know,
Yeah,
just
almost emotional abuse. Like
yeah, emotional and
Kind
verbal.
of, yeah.
It's just like it's that to me is like that's really fucked up. That's like something that's like that shows someone's true colors if I've ever seen that, you know.
mhm.
I mean, to like, I guess to help you imagine. Uh,
There we go. Hopefully this works. Let's see if this works. I really hope this works. I can cut out all of this. It's okay.
I mean, to like.
I think so far. Are we good?
Oh man. I don't know. It's still a circle for me.
Are we back? This is I'm
Yep, we're good. We're good now.
All right.
We are good. We are back.
We're good.
We will I will edit all of this down. This is quite I'm so sorry this is happening. This is like yikes. This is a yikes moment.
All of it, man.
I'll
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
you're good.
I'll try to edit all this down. Let me try closing out some tabs, see if that works. But,
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess that's a. I guess since we got that out of the way, I guess like I was going to ask, were there any other falling outs you two had, or is this just one escalating case? But I think we got that question answered from all of this.
To answer that, kind of like we had arguments over things, but it didn't get to this point. It didn't get to the point where she was literally screaming and calling me all these names, and it didn't get this bad. Like this is the worst she's ever been towards me.
All right, so this is like, while this case individually did escalate, it sounds like this is like one case that just was really bad and just out of nowhere.
Right, like it kept going on and on. No matter what I said, like nothing was making her stop. Like she just kept on. She kept screaming and screaming and screaming and insulting me, and saying she can never trust me. Like, oh, you screwed up big time. How could you do this? You messed everything up. Like, it got to the point where it actually got to the point where she sent me into a massive panic attack.
That's genuine. Like, I would actually, I mentioned this like a lot, but like this is kind of how I'm processing this. You know, this is like actually like I would say that it is abuse. Just putting that much emotional strain on someone, putting that much like emotional trauma on someone, that to me is like abuse actually, because like when you actually like cause someone mental health issues and actually fuck someone up like that, that is what I would call like abuse or abusing someone. You know, that really brings stuff to light.
Right, like, and I was at this point where I just wanted everything to stop. I wanted her to stop. I wanted her to stop yelling. Like I couldn't even speak. Like that's how bad it was. So I had to type. I had to type I was begging. I was saying I'm so sorry. I was saying I shouldn't have done this. You know, I was saying anything I could to make her stop, pretty much, but it wasn't working. She wasn't having it.
Mm-hmm. That
And
that's
then
that's insane.
in at the very end, like I was I was still pretty fucked. It was still going on, and when she finally stopped screaming, she was still angry, but stopped screaming. She was like, she was done. She ended the friendship right there. She said, "I can never trust you again after this." Like, and she just said goodbye and shut the call off.
That is fucked up. That is really bad.
Uh,
Like
I was I was still a mess when she shut that call off. I could barely get any sleep that.
I'd imagine like shit. Wow, that is.
That's
I'm pretty.
I
And
It's hard for me to like say something after that because
I
that's
all
a
I can say is I've been. Oh, I'm sorry, Dumbsville. Please go ahead.
that's a. I mean, it's a lot of bravery to share that, and I really respect you for sharing that though on this video and in this interview. But
yeah,
that is a lot to take in. That is definitely a lot. That's heavy.
Yeah.
it
I,
was like, and after that, like later on, she proceeded to remove me from Skype, so I couldn't say anything else after that, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And all this, like, I went into a super deep depression afterwards. Like, that's the day after that happened is when I started my hiatus, when I just left,
Mm-hmm.
because like I didn't know what to do at this point. Like, I was too afraid to say anything. Like, I thought it was hopeless, and I just figured, like, I need to get away from everything. So I just put everything on hiatus without saying a word because I just wanted to get away.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I really don't blame you at all. And I think like one of the later questions I had was, is she the reason you've been on hiatus? And I think that like that question's answered. I don't think there's any reason to go into that because I think we got our answer. But man, that is that is really that's extremely messed up for someone uh to to after 11 years just randomly out of nowhere just start abusing you like that.
Right.
It's so
Yeah.
it's not only a shitty like it's this it, that alone is a really shitty thing to do, just a really awful thing to do to someone else, to do to another human being, to scream at them relentlessly, and just not hold back at all. But on top of that, this like we were discussing earlier, is almost random, and it's so odd just seeing someone go from someone we thought they were to this person who they really are, and it's just so weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Amy, I've been like I know exactly went through something very similar that happened to me last year. I won't get into the exact details of it, but basically I was at work one day and I got into a text conversation because a group of my friends that I'd had since some of them since elementary school that kind of grew in like middle and high school, they all had a getting together for this person who I hadn't seen in years. And I was kind of, wondering why they didn't invite me or anything. And I just had them go on this verbal tirade on me while I was at work, and they basically all outcasted me. This group of friends that I had known and loved since elementary school, and they just refused to talk to me anymore. And it just sent me into a wild state of depression. It's why I had to go see a counselor for a while. It's so I know exactly how you feel when it comes to that situation.
Same here. Once again, like my old college friend, ex-friend now, but that guy who I mentioned who stalked me and verbally abused me and shit, he would often scream at me for the smallest of things. Not to go too much into detail about it, but just like, it was like you could do nothing to please him. Any small thing you did that slightly ticked him off, he would scream at you. He would talk about how all your flaws in front of you and just like degrade you. That's shitty. So that also hits home to me, and I can really relate to that where like it's someone you think you will really vibe with and someone you really think is going to be special, and then all of a sudden they show something else, and it's just crazy. And I guess I want to go on to the next question because I feel like right now we kind of need a we need a breather from this. It's like a chance to catch our breath because I can tell this is I can tell if I go any longer I might just break down or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I can agree with that.
yeah, I guess like to lighten the mood a bit, and make things more casual. What are you currently doing now that you've been gone from YouTube?
Nothing really too much. Like I've mainly just been focusing on my own life. I've been working. I've been, just like taking the time to myself pretty much. Like I still would check messages from time to time, but I out there because
Hmm.
at this point I was terrified of her and I didn't want her to know I was still around. So yeah, I lurked around, but I wasn't very active at the same time. But yeah, I was a mess in the beginning, but I can definitely say I'm a lot better.
Right, that's very good. It's glad you're taking time to yourself and just kind of
Yeah,
learn and kind of like taking the road on your own for a bit. That's important to do. You gotta take
right.
you gotta take time to yourself, and you gotta be able to find people that'll help you. Because when I was dealing with the terrible abusive people in my life, I had to learn, to find help, and I that's my advice to you. If find find a help, find a group of people that will support you and aren't going to turn to something else. And find people that will have your back, and also find time for yourself because you gotta learn how to have fun in life because life is short, you know.
Right, and it was tough for the first few months, but really after being away from her for so long, it made me realize that this was for the best, really.
Hmm. I agree.
Because if she was going to be like this, then it wasn't worth it.
Right. It's best to cut people off. One thing I've really learned, it's hard for me to cut people off too, because, like, when I get a friendship, I really hold that shit to my heart. I really take that seriously. When I make a friend, I really feel like they are special to me. And to, I really want them in my life unconditionally. And it's really hard when to cut them off because it's 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 the loss of someone that you care about and someone that you value. But I'd say like my advice, to a lot of people in the audience as well, is like if there are toxic people in your life, you know, don't be afraid to cut them off. Don't be afraid to leave them. Because while I do believe in second chances, the issue is that once you give them a third chance, a fourth chance, a fifth chance, a sixth chance, it's just going to be the same thing over and over again. The definition of insanity. And so it's best to cut them off sooner than later, or else they will have control over your life.
Right. Like I think it was hard for me at first because as I said, I've known her since I was 13. I've known her for half my life basically. Like this was someone I considered my best friend, someone I trusted, someone I didn't want to lose at first.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the first few years I was friends with her, she was actually the only person I actually talked to.
Mm-hmm.
So that just made it harder.
Right. I think like the thing is as well that like a lot of first time, a lot of people that you know the first time, it's harder to break contact with them. And I know this from not ex friends, but more from ex girlfriends. But I'm Crash. Uh, but like the first time's always the hardest because that's the one you really don't want to let go. You know that the first time's always going to be the hardest.
Right.
Um, But I guess the next question, just to kind of focus away from Ruth a little bit, is I know you discussed coming back from hiatus and returning to the internet. What are your current plans going forward? Do you plan on continuing doing YouTube? What does future content look like? What do you think all that looks like?
I do actually. After this I plan on coming back very soon. I'm going to come back to my channel and I plan on making a new DeviantArt.
Any details on what we can expect from that?
I will say I'm 100% done with ranting. Like I'm not going back to that anymore. Like that's not for me anymore. It's just it's not me.
Oh, all right, legit. Legit. I can respect that.
Still, it's happy to hear that you'll be
Right.
eventually coming back, like despite
Yeah.
everything. Like it shows how strong you are.
As long as like that is a very strong thing to do, to come back to the internet after all of that, after all the fear and everything, 'cause there is a lot of fear behind it. But I do think that like even back in your day from your old rant videos, you know, once again I still find value in them to an extent, even though like we discussed earlier, they how much they age and how well they age is kind of like yeah, but you know I still feel like you are a very intelligent person, Amy. And I think that you have a lot of potential on the platform to continue your career, whether that be, you know, ranting or not, commentary or not, making videos on other people or not, whether it's whatever you want to do. I still feel like you have a very there's a lot of intelligence that I think you can tap into going forward.
Oh, thanks, man. That means a lot to me.
You're welcome. I genuinely mean that. 'Cause even back then, I was like, Amy Chan's the really intelligent one. She's very bright and has a lot of has a lot of potential. And I don't know like what you're gonna do next, and I don't know how much.
Did he die again?
Did I die? Did I die?
You did not.
Oh,
Your stream died, but you didn't die on Discord.
I didn't die on Discord. No.
Right. Hey, look at it this way.
It was excellent internet. It was excellent internet.
Listen. Look at it this way. The stream typically likes to come back quicker when you're not disconnected from the call. Look at it that way.
Well, at least the connection's better than before. At least it's better than before, and hopefully,
All right,
OBS.
we're good now.
All right, we're good now. All right, we're good now. Hopefully, OBS can capture this all, and I can download it and edit it. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. I think that Amy, you're very intelligent. And you have a lot of potential on the platform. Whether you want to share what you're doing in the future or not exactly, I don't even know if you know or not what you're going to do in the future. Like, do you know what you plan on doing, or just like you just don't know yet?
a little bit. I'll probably do a mix of things, but for the most part, it's mainly going to be me and Gmod doing stuff together.
All right, so we can expect an
That's
Amy
nice.
Chan Let's Play Minecraft pretty soon, then, right?
Yes.
I mean, hey, I'd do that. I'd be up for that.
Amy Chan plays Fortnite with Gmod Spartan.
Yes.
Okay, let's not.
You know what? You know what? You should make a Fortnite video, but But make the intro. You know the Fortnite song by what was that? Diverse Character, where he goes Fortnite. I really love some Fortnite. That's my jam.
No.
That is my jam. Shut the fuck
No.
up. That is my song.
Chat, help me. Dumbsville has me locked in his closet.
You
I
should-
don't have any say in it.
You know who I know you watch my content before. I don't know if you know who XXX is or not. I
know him, yeah.
Yeah, Jose, my boy Jaw. Rest in peace. There was a song that leaked by X called Fortnite. It's
jeez.
you gotta use that song. It's literally X going Fortnite. The pit fight, something like that. You gotta use that song. Please use that song in your Fortnite Let's Play.
Oh my god. Someone send help, please.
I have to imagine Amy Chan being like Ninja, and and just like
Someone send help. Help me, please.
He still has me locked in his closet, please.
no, Gary. You ever seen the movie Get Out? You're like who's the main actor in Get Out? The DVD copy's over here. Let me grab the DVD copy of Get Out. Who's the main actor? I don't want to say the black guy from Get Out because that'd be hypocritical of me to do so because of what the movie's
He still
actually
said it
about.
anyway, though.
I was being descriptive. I was
I'm just messing with you. I was just messing with
Daniel
you. my dude.
Kaluuya. I probably mispronounced that. Every African American person in the chat's gonna slaughter me after this. They're gonna be like, Dumbsville, you're a racist. I hate you.
Oh my fucking god.
Except for the people that don't like Get Out. You know,
Stop while you're ahead.
I better stop. I'm an ugly American idiot if you couldn't tell. I'm a retard.
Oh my goodness.
But hey, I bought Get Out though. That's a good movie. Really great movie. But play Cars the video game, please, for my sake.
Oh my. Okay. Oh, wait. Which one? The first one?
It has to be either one International or Racerama, because the other ones are hot garbage.
Okay. All right. I can respect that.
Yeah, exactly. Because Cars.
I
2,
mean, that probably would be funny.
it would be, because you know what? I would totally send you my GameCube copy of Cars the video game. I don't know if you have a GameCube or whatnot, but I have a copy of Cars. The
I
video
don't.
game.
I used to, but not anymore.
I would love to send it to you. Just love to send it to you. Absolutely adore. Just, Amy Chan plays Cars the video game with Gmod Spartan. Have you two ever met in real life, or do you know each other in real life, or is it like long distance, or what?
Right now, it's long distance, but I mean, nothing's confirmed yet. We wanted this year sometime, but with this whole thing going on, that's probably going to be.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
eventually, it'll happen.
Alrighty, that's kawaii. That's very cute. That's very wholesome. Shouts out. Ghost. I just saw the chat and Ghost.exe said, "I'm revoking your black card."
Oh my.
No.
It's okay. It's okay. I ended racism a long time ago. It's okay, boys. Racism died when trying to think what's a movie that killed
my
racism. It's okay. It's okay. My sister's Hispanic. I can say.
I'm gonna walk out of this fucking call. I swear to God.
This is just evolving. We should probably stop making race jokes at this point.
Next question.
Okay.
Damn it, Dubs! I almost spit out my water.
You almost. No, I'm laugh out loud. I made comedy. I created comedy. All right. You ever heard of Hasbin Hotel? Actual trash. Okay.
All right. Well. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Actual
I
trash.
can't confirm. I've never watched.
It's actual trash. But you know what? I created comedy, and I can prove that to you because I invented comedy. I'm the comedy master.
Okay.
I'm the master at comedy. Did I really just cut out right now? No, I didn't.
No, you're good. We hear you. We hear you. We're just soaking it all in. You did not. You did cut out.
I didn't cut out. I'm just being retarded like I usually am.
Yeah,
Sweet.
you're just at this point. You're just being judged.
I'm just being judged because I'm just not funny. All right. Anyways,
All right. How about move on to the next?
let's move on back to the rest of these questions are all Ruth related. So I hope like. Well, we had our lighter note. We had our time to breathe in and laugh. You know, talk about Get Out, the movie, good movie. What was it like creating those old videos with Ruth?
Like process of it, or
I guess it's like the process, you know, like what was it, the process or how it felt, just kind of just what was it like? What was the whole environment like?
I mean, when we worked on it together, we were pretty chill. Like, we didn't really have anything. The way we did it in like the very, very early days was embarrassing. Because we were kids and we didn't know what we were doing.
You know what though, it fit really well in with the style of commentary videos at the time though. Like this was like the pre-Leafy era, you know, where like people had like anime characters as their avatars. They take like screenshots from Naruto. Oh shit, I'm so nostalgic now. Oh, I'm so nostalgic. It's like they take like anime characters like Naruto and be like, hey guys, I don't like this person's points in this video. We're gonna talk. It's like the nostalgia critic with 10
Yeah,
times random.
man.
I miss those days so much. I miss those days. What happened? Fuck you, Leafy.
Good
You ruined it.
times.
Leafy ruined it. Fuck you, Leafy. Suck my cock, Leafy. No wonder you left YouTube. No wonder you're making out with Billy the Fridge now. No wonder like only Keemstar can contact you. Leafy killed it all. Leafy killed it. I guess we already discussed this where like you were kind of shocked by it, but what was it like gaining popularities from those videos for the first time? Did it radically change you at all, or did you just were you just like was it just kind of just shocking for a bit?
I didn't, as I said earlier in the beginning, I did not expect these videos to blow up at all. I didn't expect them to get that many views either. Like, I just thought it was just a fun little thing we were doing, and that's that. I didn't expect it to get so much popularity. Especially in the very early parts about Akai, because like the very early ones were like probably the most poorly made, like quality wise.
But it was 2013.
Like the very early.
It was 2013 internet though, so it was like much more like acceptable. I feel like.
Yeah, and like the very early, like the ones where you could even you could barely hear me.
Right. Those were the old. Those that's the stuff. That's like earnesty though. Like videos with like you can't make videos like that anymore and get away with it. Like you can't make a video. You can't make a video with bad audio quality and get away. Like back then, it was acceptable to have bad audio because microphones back then costed a fortune. All you could get was like the $5 ones at Radio Shack. You know.
Yeah. I remember. I'm sorry, Amy-chan, please go ahead.
Okay. To explain why my quality was really bad, I had a really terrible laptop at the time, and I also didn't have a job at the time, so I couldn't afford a microphone, so I had to settle with a very terrible built-in mic on my terrible laptop.
But that's what makes it more earnest. That's what makes the charm. The Windows XP laptops. The Windows XP laptops. Holy shit. 3D Space Pinball. Remember that? Oh my goodness.
Oh hell yeah.
3D Space. Oh my god. Do you want to know how lonely I was back in the day when I was? Do you want to know how lonely I was? Do you want to know? I played 3D Pinball 4-player by my fucking self. I played with 4 people, and with I turned on 4-player, and I would just use every player, and I would just think, okay, I wonder which version of me is gonna get it. Those were dark times.
You know how much of a nostalgia boner I got when Lil Uzi Vert sampled the 3D Space Cadet sound effect in Eternal Take? You rapped over it.
To that at all.
Oh, I'm sending you that. I'm sorry, Amy Chan, for going a bit off topic, but I'm sending you.
No, you're good.
I'm sending both of you. You Better Move by Lil Uzi Vert, where he samples the 3D Space Cadet pinball game and starts rapping to it. You better move. Ooh,
what a fucking legend.
Uzi is a legend. He's bringing back 2009 scene culture, but also like making trap music at the same time. Like I love Uzi. I love Uzi so much.
Man.
But yeah, I feel the Windows XP laptop though. I mean, Shan, you can't deny, those were the days, and you can't get those
Yeah, you got
back.
a point, man.
Yeah.
Windows X Spider Solitaire.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was like the Dark Soul. That was like the Dark Souls of its day and age. Like, come on.
Man, I remember. Yeah, the internet was so like lenient when it came to lower quality content because it's just not everyone had easy access. Like I remember back when I said a way older channel. Like I made a fucking Minecraft Let's Play, and I didn't have it set to full screen because I couldn't like figure out how to set up my like capture software like in making it full screen. And I remember I had a guy like get into a conversation with in the comments like, "Hey man, let me help you trying to set this up." Nowadays, if you try doing that with the setup that I had, people would just be like, "You're a fucking idiot. Make it full screen, you goddamn retard."
Right. You're so right. Oh my, holy shit. You can't look, Amy. What we're trying to say is you can't get those days back. The Windows XP.
Nope. They ain't ever coming back.
Yeah, you got a point. I mean,
it's like
add
yeah,
more
there's a reason why vaporwave is so big. Like it's part of the nostalgia, man.
Yeah, it's true.
Like holy shit. Like oh my goodness. Oh, you're gonna make me like sob right now over Windows XP.
I was just about to bring up something that could maybe be nostalgic.
Bring it up. Bring it up.
So during those days, we were talking to each other on MSN Messenger.
Oh shit! I never used MSN.
I never used it either.
That's too old for me. Oh my goodness. Reminder, like
That's how
a little
old
out
it
of my
was.
time. A little out of my time.
Reminder, I was like 20. I'm 20 currently. So like back then, how old was I? 9? Like when Amy was like, we're like 4 years apart, right, Amy? I think I was 9. I was watching Sonic X on Saturday mornings.
Attaboy!
Holy shit.
Yes!
I was watching Sonic X. What else was I watching on Saturday mornings? The Kirby show, right back.
Kirby, right back at you.
I love the Kirby show.
Oh my goodness! I'll wake up in the morning. I wasn't allowed to eat like Lucky Charms or anything, but I just like sit in front of my TV and just like watch it. But I would miss my Sonic X because I had piano lessons on Saturday in the morning at like 10 o'clock.
Bro, okay, all right. Now I gotta tell a story. I remember one time, me and my mom, and my dad, we went out to this place for breakfast, right? And it was Saturday morning, and they had 4Kids on, and they were airing Sonic X. And this is back when I was like really into Sonic at the time. Oh, I was so happy. Like they were trying to talk to me, I wasn't paying attention. I was just watching the episode. Halfway through the episode, like we finished everything, and we were ready to go. I was so borderline cried as we walked out because I wanted to finish.
You wanted Sonic.
God.
You wanted Sonic.
No.
You wanted that Sonic.
Dude, Sonic X was like the main thing that got me into like.
Oh yeah, same here. Like I knew about him before Sonic X. Like my cousin had SA2 on his GameCube, but like shit, like what my other cousin showed me. Hey, there's a website you can watch Sonic X for free on 4Kids, and I was watching it. I'm like, oh shit. And I watch on Saturday mornings. I had the DS Lite with the Game Boy backwards compatible feature. I bought like the Sonic X Game Boy video thing. I watched it in the car.
Oh my god,
Dude.
dude, I remember that was a thing.
That was the shit, dog. Oh my goodness, I remember like it was like it's so aesthetic watching like Sonic X on a Nintendo DS, drinking McDonald's lemonade in your grandpa's car, like
Yes.
dude, at night.
Oh my god. Dude,
Oh.
that's fucking. That's
Dude,
wild.
that's aesthetic. Look, Amy, you can't get more aesthetic than that. Like, damn.
No, I'll give that to you.
Like that's like that's like aesthetic. Like I want to make like a movie scene out of that. Like dog. I want to make
Jesus.
I want to make a movie scene out of that. Like man, you can't get those back. You can't get those
Nah.
back. Anyways, next question. How much of the script in your original series was yours, and how much was Ruth's?
So, pretty simple to answer that actually. Anytime Ruth talked, that was what she wrote. Anytime I talked, that was what I wrote.
Okay.
All right,
All right. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
that's fair. So like you wrote what you wrote down. She wrote what she wrote down. That's fair. 2 plus
Right.
2 equals 4. Alrighty, that's simple. Simple.
Mhm. We are currently disconnecting again.
Are we? We are not
I
disconnected.
believe. I
We are
think.
not. We are not disconnected. It says excellent connection for me, Gary. You're just being.
I was just saying I'm lagging over here. That might just be a me thing. Let me refresh.
That's a you thing, dog. That's a you.
That is indeed. I think that's a me thing. Sounds
Is
like. Let me
it?
check.
It looks. It's fine for me. It's fine on my end. I don't know what you're
The
talking
people in
about.
the chat are
We're
saying.
all right. Chat's saying we're back. Chat's saying we're back.
All right.
we're good.
Oh,
I
We're
swear, if I wasn't at home, I wish I was not at home. I might get like an internet booster or something. Cause my goodness, my home internet is garbage. Thank you, Dad, for downgrading our internet for money. Thank you, Mr. Krabs. So, does Sonic 93 have a grudge against your boyfriend? If so, did she have a grudge before all this started?
she 100% does.
Against Gmod Spartan, who I have never spoken to before, by the way.
She's made it clear she hates him.
For what reason? Just for taking you?
Like, when we first got together, like she was actually cool with it, and like it was all good. Like they didn't talk too much, but they did a few times here and there, and they got along fine. It was fine. Like Gmod even supported our friendship. Like I thought it was all good, but then later on, she started accusing me of like spending more time with him than her, and she was accusing me of replacing her with him. She just out of nowhere just started hating him
That's definitely
when
weird.
he didn't even do anything to her.
That's definitely weird.
It got. I mentioned our friendship was rocky at this point. Like around the time I was with him for a while and I got a job and everything. That's when it went really downhill.
That sounds like she's very clingy and protective as well. Like that's really
Yeah.
bad as well.
I was gonna say that gives off vibes of like almost like a control freak. She wants everything her way, or it's or for lack of a better term, it's the fucking highway. Like,
Right, like I constantly had to tell her, look, I'm not going out of my way to spend more time with him than you are. It's just, I don't have as much free time as I used to when we were younger. I can't get enough time to talk to you every day like I used to. But it's not because of him. It has nothing to do with him.
One thing I will never understand from like clingy people is like when you get like a partner, when you get like a romantic partner, it's like you put your all into a romantic partner, and people should understand that. But for clingy people, why would you take that personally? I don't understand that. I really don't understand how you would take another friendship so personally. That's just jealousy taken like way too far to me, you know. And it's hard for me to understand that because when people have boyfriends and girlfriends in their friendships, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care too much, you know. It's not like a big deal to me, but it's like if you have like I can't understand having a friend who gets a girlfriend, spending more time with her, and then getting jealous over that. I just will never understand that at all, you know.
Right. And, you know, like I said, he didn't do anything to her. He was just fine. Like, they got along good from what I saw. I mean, they didn't talk every day, but the times they did, it was fine. Like, she didn't say anything bad to him. Like, she got along with him just fine. And then all of a sudden, she hates him.
That
And
is
she blames him for, like, I mean, from what I've heard, she blames him for changing me, and she blames him for being the reason, like, pretty much saying that he took me away from her.
venting her problems onto someone else, blaming someone else for her problems. It sounds like.
Right, and she really had no reason to, because he never talked bad about her at all. He was fine. Like,
Did
just out of
nothing.
nowhere, she starts talking shit about him, and
Just jealousy
she's,
sounds like, yeah.
you know, and I've been told things that she said about him, and it really, I really don't appreciate what she says about him.
Hmm. Like that is really shitty to talk bad about someone else's like boyfriend or girlfriend. You don't do that shit. You don't do that shit. Period. Like like I my friend would fucking kill me if I said his girlfriend was, I don't know, a slut taking him away from me or something. My friend would slaughter me in the streets. Like you don't do that to someone else. You just don't do that. You just don't talk bad about someone's love partner. That's shitty to do, you know.
Right, and the things I've heard that she's been saying about him, like she's been saying shit like, yeah, he's abusive, or he's just some creep who wants to get in my pants and use me.
What?
He changed me for the worse, like all this shit.
What?
That's what I've been told. Like,
Yes.
apparently, she's been saying that he just wants to get in my pants and he's some pig and he's a or or he's just a tool for me or something.
Like I don't know. I don't know.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I've never spoken to Gmod Spartan, but like the one or two like times I've seen him in like one or two like videos, I think like some short things, he seems chill as fuck. Like I don't
He
know.
is
Like I don't know him at all, but he seems like a pretty like reserved dude. I don't know, but like once again, I've never spoken to him. I'd like to. I would be more than happy to talk to him one of these days, just vibe with him. But like, he just seems very reserved, just kind of like a chill guy. It's just weird.
he is like, I mean, I've been with the guy since 2014 and I can confirm that none of that shit is true in this.
That's
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
I can't say. If I kept talking at this point, I would be fucking. It's just bizarre. It's just the only word I can give it.
And it got super awkward, like when she started getting this way about him. Like, if we were in calls, I couldn't talk about him because she would get jealous. I couldn't talk about like how he made me feel and, you know, my feelings for him because she would get moody about it and she would take that as me saying that he's better than her.
That is weird as fuck.
And probably the most awkward time was like if I made like an anniversary gift for him. She would see it and she'd be like, well, it's been another year of us being friends. How come you don't do anything for us? And I'm like,
Yikes.
Yeah,
That's jealous. That's jealousy. That is
Yeah.
pure jealousy if I have ever heard it.
Absolutely.
That is pure.
I mean, I mean, there is a difference between a friendship and a relationship. So
Mhm.
they're not exactly the same thing.
Exactly. I don't know about you, but I don't throw anniversaries for my guys. I don't even remember anniversaries half the fucking time. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember, like, like that shit, dude. Like, obviously, if it's a relationship, I remember it. But if it's like a friendship, I've known friends for years. I don't know when I first met them. I don't really give a shit. We just meet, we vibe, we just do whatever. I don't throw an anniversary for my friendships. That's just like unnecessary. If you're friends,
I even told her, like, it's nothing against you. It's just, a relationship is different than a friendship. I mean, I haven't seen anybody do anniversary type things for their friends. I mean, maybe some people do. I don't know, but most people don't do that, I assume.
she's just an easily jealous person, and it's really shitty. It's
Right,
quite shitty.
and I'm explaining this to her, and she's just like, "Well, I feel like you're just replacing me with him." And
Hmm.
I like, "No, that's not the case at all."
Right. It's
Yeah.
it's like, fuck. That is, once again, I hate to repeat myself, but that's jealousy. It's being clingy to someone. You know. Like,
So like, it would get really awkward, so I couldn't really talk about him too much with her because she would start to get that way.
yeah, I feel that. Like, damn. Damn, like imagine not being able to talk to your boyfriend in front of your friends or your girlfriend in front of your friends. Like I don't like when I if I were in a relationship and if I ever get in if I'm in one, I want to talk about it with my friends. Imagine like having that one person get jealous over it. That's just really shitty to me. To get jealous over something like that. I guess to move on to the next question now. Um how long has Ruth's obsession been with Silver? How long has Ruth's obsession with Silver been a thing? And were there any signs slash red flags you noticed early on?
Well, how long she's like when she first started liking him, I don't know the exact time. Like she liked him before we even met, so it's a very long time. I want to say like she started liking him maybe around the time '06 actually came out.
That's a
Hmm.
wow. That's like if that were the case, that's like a 14-year-old love, man. 13, 14-year-old love.
Right, because didn't she say in one of her videos that she's been a Silver fan for over 10 years or something?
I mean, I guess so. Not something to brag about, but like, I wouldn't surprise me if she did.
Right. So, if I had to take a guess, I'm pretty sure it's around the time '06 actually came out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind
that makes sense. That makes sense.
of right.
And then red flags, actually, yeah. It there were some awkward moments here and there.
Oh,
Oh,
awkward
sure.
moment. Do you mind sharing one or two if you remember them, or if you want to get into them, or is that like something that like you don't remember?
I remember like two instances. Um, the first one that comes to mind is like we were talking one day, and we were actually doing a video call at the time. So, I can't remember if she brought it up or something, but she was wearing makeup, and
Mhm.
then that she said she didn't do very often, but she just felt like wearing some, and I was like, okay. So, we were talking about it, and she actually said to me, "Do you think Silver would like it?"
What?
Oh,
What?
oh, whoa!
I mean,
I mean, he's a
I
fake character. Oh yeah, baby. Let me see your makeup. I'm a fake fictional hedgehog. What?
I mean,
That's
I didn't want to be rude, so I played along with it, but this was around the time I was a cringy fangirl myself, and even then I thought it was awkward. Like, I didn't really know
that's
how to
just.
take that.
Hey
I
guys,
mean,
God.
hey guys, I put makeup on today. Do you think my waifu 2B would like it?
Oh my.
Gary,
I
don't lie.
Hey
mean-
guys, I got a fresh new haircut. Do you think my husbando Kiri Sword Art Online would like it?
Hey guys, I got a fresh new wave check. You think my husbando, Tom Holland would like it, even though he's real? Even though he's real?
Oh my
Even though he's
God.
real?
Yes, he would, Dums.
Jesus Christ.
Tom Holland would like my wave check. Oh golly. And
Insane.
I mean, I feel kind of bad because I don't want to say this to publicly embarrass her, but you know,
I mean, if you don't want to go into detail, we can just say there were red flags, but
right? Like, it's not just to say this to embarrass her publicly. It's more like,
This is what happened from your perspective. Yeah.
right? Like, it was more concerning, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
And I
continue. Your
and I'm pretty sure she was serious about it. So
wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me. Yeah. Well, you said there was another instance, or is that the one we're not getting into?
no, the other one that comes to mind was like, I don't know if you were watching her content around the time where she entered her Raphael.
Oh, I think I've seen those pictures.
Yeah, it
Oh my goodness, we were so good for a few hours.
about what?
We were so good for a few hours, and I cut out for like 3 seconds.
Are we good?
Alright, well, alright,
I think we're good.
We're good.
Are
We're
we
good.
not good?
We should be good. Just go back to like the story of like Ruth's second thingy, Ruth's second red flag. I guess to start from there.
So yeah, it was during her rap phase, and we were talking, and she was talking about like how she decided that she's a Raphael fangirl now, and she doesn't like it, but she still, I guess, likes it. I don't know. It was confusing. She was talking about it, and she looked at me, and she was like, "Hey, do you think Silver would think that I'm cheating on him?"
That's like that's like
What?
borderline soon like yandere or some shit. Oh my God.
Wait a fucking moment. Wait a fucking moment. So like so she's in love with a fucking Ninja Turtle. Optimus Prime from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know shit about the TMNT. But like, and then she's like, do you think this fictional hedgehog would think I'm cheating on it? Oh jeez, this is like, what? What?
Bruh, dude, like...
Bruh.
I mean, like I said, I don't want to seem like I'm trying to point and laugh at her and embarrass her, but like that's still a concerning thing to say, especially when you're serious about.
I don't think you. If someone were to say that to me, I don't think I'd be able to contain myself for more than 5 seconds.
Did we die?
Did I? No, I'm here. I'm here. Are we here?
Jesus, yeah, we're here,
Oh,
dude.
good. I feel like
Fucking-
I feel like I wouldn't be able to contain myself for 5 seconds if that happened to me. I just burst out laughing, just like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean does Silver the Hedgehog think I'd be cheating on him for a Ninja Turtle? You gotta admit,
Oh my god.
that's
Man,
like
if I had a girlfriend, fucking, if I had a girlfriend and she asked, or if I was interested in a girl and she told me, like, I was like, hey, like, you and me talking, would that be considered cheating on, like, this fucking fictional character? I'm walking.
you're
I'm
walking.
gone.
You're walking out, dude. You're walking out.
I'm gone. Yeah, goodbye. You know what? Keep your fictional fuck character.
Oh,
I'll go talk to someone else. I'm good.
shit,
Listen,
dog.
if you like a fictional character, that's fine. I get it. I don't mind me having some waifus.
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that
man.
shit. That's,
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
That's
Like-
cool, dude. You do.
like,
But
like,
when
dude,
you
like,
start like imagining yourself in a relationship with them and asking people like about it, like, oh, do you think this person? Like, that's you gotta calm down.
oh
like,
yeah, you
come-
gotta
bring
you
it
gotta
back-
take
bring
it
it back
down
to
a
earth.
couple notches. You know, you gotta take it down a couple notches. You know,
Oh,
turn down the wheel. You know, turn on the heat. You know, in the shower, like you know that the shower gets like too hot sometimes. Got to turn it down
Yeah.
a bit. Yeah, turn it down a few notches, my man. The shower before it gets too hot, before you burn your fucking skin. Okay. Oh jeez, like my man.
That's so crazy.
That's a bruh oh, that's a major bruh momento. Jeez. Like you said, Ruth, you know, like you said, we don't mean to point and laugh, but like, it's so hard not to. I don't know if you agree or not, but like,
That's
that's a
Oh my
that's a
God.
bruh memento. I don't know if Amy's still there or not. Is Amy there?
Guys, the stream's still up. Guys, just remember, at least the stream is still up.
Oh my goodness, Amy! Oh jeez, the street.
Amy DC'd from the call. Oh,
Oh no! Oh, her internet.
oh, and now are we DCing back?
No, our call. this is a cluster. Fuck. Well, we can plan.
Oh.
We can
all right.
plan- We can.
Okay, I think we're good.
I think we're good. Well, Amy disconnected from the chat. Amy.
Okay, yeah. I'll message her.
She disconnected. Hopefully she's all good.
Man.
Amy disconnected from the call. She's offline now, so it had to be her internet. Man,
Yeah,
tonight's just internet problems. I blame the coronavirus.
Yeah, let's all okay.
You know,
If y'all, if coronavirus is such a bad thing, why doesn't everybody just drink Corona?
exactly. You know,
Goddamn genius.
Amy did fix your. Amy also has to fix her internet too, because I might get someone else to edit this. I don't know. Like, I want someone else to like.
Just pay someone real quick. I mean, you're getting.
I'm just paying someone else. Pay someone.
Listen, hey, you're making more money than me, bro. I'm living off a fucking tax return right now.
I'll pay someone off now. I'll pay someone off.
Oh my goodness.
If y'all are a really good editor, DM me on Discord and edit this for me, please. I should have made this an actual video. I should have made this a video, but we live and learn. We live and learn.
Yeah, we'll wait a few minutes and see if Amy's in.
Yeah. If worst case scenario, I will unlist this stream and just create a fake ending tomorrow or something.
Sure. Yeah, that
If we
works.
want to, we can like remake it.
Yeah.
Show must go on. I'm not like angry that our stream was bad. I'm not angry. I'm not sad.
It's just out of our. It's something out of our control. Unfortunately, it's not something that. It's, like to the people in chat saying fix your internet. All right, dude. You know what? Come out here, fix the internet.
Yeah. Come out here.
It's not something that. It's not as simple as like if I could just look at my router and say stop sucking. I wish it was that simple.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah, we can fix this. We can fix this. You know.
Yeah. While we wait for Amy, John, do we just want a Q&A or what do we want to do?
Real quick, I'm going to turn on my fan because it's hot as fuck in here. Give me 1 second. I'm just walking over to my fan.
Okay. I think. All right, chat.
Oh, finally. Oh shit! It's like fucking like. It's like watching Eat That Pussy 445. It's just that hot. What?
Oh, fucking robot on me.
Oh, fuck. I hate this. It's like 1 in the morning and we're dying out here. You know what? You know what? At the very... Thank goodness we're getting money from this. Thank you, Zavi, for donating $10. AKA $20. I get to eat more ramen. Thanks to all the people who donated earlier.
Dude. I'm honestly about to make some ramen. Like, I'm hungry, dude, but I'd also...
It's like 1 in the morning, dog. I'm gonna go to bed after this. I'm giving you money to fix the internet. I will.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
But rest in peace, Amy Chan, her internet. Are you on fiber?
Apparently, everyone is... Oh, no. Apparently, on your end, I'm going...
You're going robot?
Oh, no.
What? You're
Hold on, I'll be right back. I know why. I know you're coming through a fine on my end, but apparently on their bad. So give me like 2 seconds. I'll just leave and rejoin.
You seem fine to me. Are you
Alright,
better?
bitches, am I still a fucking robot?
You're fine. Are you a robot?
Amy's
typing. Amy's typing.
Oh, Amy's typing.
I'm trying to come back.
There's a pulse. There's a pulse, chat. There's a pulse. We just went down to we just went down like the body just dropped down. We checked the wrist. We put the 2 fingers on. There's still a heartbeat there. Vibe check.
Vibe check, dog. Vibe check.
Bro, it's all good. The Sonic 93 White Knights just hate this right now. That's why they're like, you can't slander my queen. I will send for my queen.
They're hacking our internet. It's like Watch Dogs. They're pressing the X button.
Bro, I was telling Amy Chan about it. I was in a stream. I was doing a stream earlier. Literally had a guy bragging in the game chat about how he was hitting people offline and he started leaking a couple of people's IPs in the chat. I was like, oh
what?
Oh my god, it was wild, man. Oh, it was great. Internet's so bad, I call it Wi-Fi 93.
Yo, Fat just said no pulse when.
Oh my god.
I'm getting I'm getting hacked. I'm getting watchdogged by a.
Yeah, you're getting watchdogged. Should I get?
Who is this hack
on PC? It's apparently free.
Yeah,
I think it's free, but I don't. Should I get it? I don't know if I should even bother. Like, I remember playing it on the Xbox One, but I was just like.
Didn't the Epic Store deal like end?
No, I think it's still free. Let me. I don't know.
You should get it if it's free. I mean, if it's a free game, it's a free game.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh no, it's no longer free.
Fucking.
Do you have it on PC?
I do not have it on PC. I used to have it on Xbox, but not anymore.
Is it on sale on Steam?
Let me
play together.
Oh yeah, it's not free anymore on Epic. Damn, I should have got it while I could have. Oh well.
Oh, it's not on sale on Steam.
Make this video an editing competition. Honestly, with the amount of DCs we're having, that honestly could be a valid option.
Honestly, this is a competition. Can we make this video bearable? You know what?
Yeah.
We have a fun time. We have a fun time.
Oh yeah, no, this was. I think we definitely learned some new stuff, while also kind of being certain other points being
'I'll pay someone $20. I'll pay someone $20. Who is this hacker known as 4chan, and what does he want my penis?
Yes.
Sun93
man.
is racist?
Bruh.
Bruh.
You hate to see it, you really do.
It's also funny, I'm getting like so many Discord DMs.
My Discord DMs are clean. This is the perk of having a fucking Twitch channel with only 140 followers, babe. Gotta love it. Hey, Dumbsville, make your internet worse. Honestly, making his internet worse might make it better indirectly. If you think about it. Big brain. Big brain.
It might be. This is gonna be the Dumbsville's Internet Sucks the movie.
Listen, yeah, if there's anything to come from the way, the second part of this stream has now turned into the Dumbsville podcast.
This is the
back, baby.
This is the Dumbsville podcast reboot. What are you talking about?
It is the reboot, but it's shit. Oh my god, I'm tired.
Oh, same. I'm tired too. Amy's trying to join back. Her computer's still booting up, I guess.
Someone in chat said, "Is it weird I have a crush on Sailor Jupiter?" I think it's okay to have. Like,
I mean,
think
if you have
look,
okay, if you have a fictional crush on a character, that's not bad. If you are like, oh, would they be embarrassed by what happened? Would they be like cheating on me? That's when you're taking it too far. When you treat them like a real person.
Yeah. Oh man, fucking.
Thanks to everyone who donated though. Like, damn. If there's one thing good about this, I at least gained $62 from this.
Six? Did you say 60?
Yeah, I said
$2.
I said $62.
Damn. God damn.
I said 62. You think I'm lying, bruh?
No, I didn't think you're lying. I was making sure I heard that right over anything.
No. You ain't heard that wrong. I said 62. Not 61, not 60. I'm talking 62, dog. I can buy The Last of Us for that money. Last of Us Part 2.
Hey, just make sure you don't lose your shit if it gets put onto fucking PC. Dude, did you hear about the PlayStation fan that lost his shit because they put Horizon Zero Dawn on PC?
What do you do?
Oh my god. So the devs put out an announcement on their Twitter saying, "Hey,
yeah, I know about that. Yeah.
So the guy quoted the tweet with the video. Like, the dude had flipped his desk and like his fucking destroyed. And he just said, thanks for nothing at all these fucking PlayStation and devs and shit. To the point where literally one of the actual devs, I think, quoted the tweet and said, like, if you're acting like this right now, you're part of the problem.
I just want more. You know what? If that's gonna happen, I say bring more PS4 games to PC, dog. I'm pro that. I'm very pro that at this point because I'm now a PC gamer.
I was gonna say Xbox is already doing it. PS4 might as well just fucking join.
Xbox, please just give us some console exclusives, alright? I want the Series X to do well.
Nah, dog. Nah, just PC Master Race all the way. Gaming would be. It would be like, you know that like Israel in 2020 meme.
Yes. Yeah.
It would be like that, you know.
Oh boy.
Gaming in 2020 would be like this if everyone used a PC. Just flying cars.
I've just been on Xbox I've played on console and I've played on controller for too long at this point to like fully ever dedicate to PC.
Just plug a controller in. Just plug a controller in.
You made fun of. Okay, chat. All right, no, listen. Now I'm gonna call Dumbsville for being a fucking hypocrite. I told this dude I was gonna use a controller on a fucking PC game at one point, like a while back, and he was fucking roasting me.
Yeah. Like imagine using controller.
See, chat. You see what I mean? You see the kind of verbal abuse I take from this man.
Imagine using a controller for Call of Duty, but like, you know, even then, like, dog, just if you want to use a controller, just plug your fucking controller into your PC.
Imagine. Wait. Tom's, god damn it.
Just plug a controller in. Just plug it in. Put it into your PC. There's a thing called a USB port. You can just plug into the USB port, and then you plug it in. And you're like,
and that's what I do. But then you're like, imagine using a fucking.
I mean, I'll
controller.
still make fun of you, but you're less of a retard. Like, it's better than like.
That's what I do for fucking. That's what I do for fucking Warzone, man. Anytime I want to play Warzone, I just hop on PC and use a controller.
It's better. It's better than being on console. Ew. Like gross.
Listen. When Halo Infinite comes out, I'm buying it on both Xbox Series X and PC. Unless they have some Play Anywhere system to where I can just buy it.
I'm not
once
buying
every
the
couple-
Xbox Series X. I'm not wasting $400 unless there's like a really.
Oh,
good
it's probably gonna be more. It's probably. I'm guessing a solid 500 easy. Because it just I don't know if you've like done research into it. Like they've talked about like how much it costs to make these fuckers, and like to make a profit. I think they'd have to make it like $500-600 or something like that. And it might be the same case for the PS5. Like these next gen consoles are going to be heavy on the wallet.
Like dog, I just like that's expensive, right? But like PC, I'd rather pay like $700 for a GTX 2080 so I can play like games in 60 FPS constantly.
Oh man. Oh, chat's fucking. See, this is why I didn't want to say nothing, chat. Now I got chat fucking roasting me for using a controller on PC.
Listen, chat, I grew up with Xbox, okay? I played on an Xbox with a controller since 4 years of age. I didn't have a PC, a mouse, and keyboard until I was 17 years old. Okay?
Fat just said PC is for porn, bro. Look, Fat. Okay, with PC gaming. All right. Look. No. Hold on. You got two monitors. One for porn, one for gaming. So you got like one hand on the mouse, one hand on the you know what. You know.
The Bible.
The Bible. That's what I'm saying. The Bible. Yeah. The Bible. What I was saying. Like you put your hand on the Bible, then you put your hand on the mouse and keyboard. It's like 2 + 2 = 7.
Exactly.
You know, it's genius. It's genius. I guess Amy. I don't know if Amy's coming back. If you want.
Yeah,
to.
How long has it? How long has it been?
2.5 hours. It's like 1:06.
No, I was asking how long has it been since Amy DC. It's okay. So we're looking at a solid like 15 minutes. I think it's been.
Yeah, 10 minutes so far. It's been 10 minutes. I'm thinking.
I'm willing to like wait. If you want to wait longer, I will. But if not, then
I'm thinking like I can just tell Amy, hey, we can fake the ending. We can edit this out. We can, if we want to, we can start fresh from the beginning. If we want to.
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So, I would love to thank Amy, but sadly the internet's just not on our side tonight. Thank you, Amy, for coming onto the show tonight. I thank you for being so brave as to share your story with everyone. I hope you all have a great night. Thank you to everyone who watched and who donated. I love you all. Have a wonderful night.
Bye-bye, guys.